Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? Yo. How's it going, everybody? How are we all doing today? Everybody. 2 hours ago, I decided I wanted to go live today, so it's kind of last minute, but I thought I'd watch NXT based off of what happened over the weekend with Saturday night's main event. What up, Patrick? Good to see you, bro. You are first, my friend. How we doing? I was just saying, I was waiting, I wasn't planning on it. I do usually do NXT, and I kind of wanted to do my thoughts. I commented to JD on his review. I commented to him saying about how I was upset, but I think in his like the way that was read was not how it sounded. You could basically take two different meanings from what I said, I guess, and I hadn't really thought about the way I said what I said, so. I said I was upset that Cena didn't win, and I think it came across as like I expected Cena to win, and I never expected Cena to win. Like, I think what I want everybody to realize about me as the aspiring content creator, viewer, whatever, in the space, I've watched like almost two separate people, two different mindsets. There's the analyst part of my brain and the logical, knowing how the business works part of my brain. And then there's the 8-year-old part of me that first fell in love with pro wrestling, and I watched as a fan, right? So the fan in me, and I should have made that more clear in my super chat. Yeah. And I said I was upset that Cena didn't win. Did I expect Cena to win? No. Did I understand why Luther won? Yes. Do I think that long term the outcome of the end of that match, do I feel like the right thing was done? Absolutely. In terms of, forget the way that the end happened. At first, I was on here with you all, and I said, smile. My initial reaction, you could see him just relax the body, and he smiled, and then he tapped. And I was like, huh? I thought my brain, like Bully Ray said on Busted Open, I immediately thought in my head, I've seen this somewhere before. So immediately I started thinking about movies, just like Bully Ray. Well, Bully Ray made me feel stupid because of all the movies I could think of, I'm trying to remember where I've seen in a movie somewhere before. My first initial reaction was Gladiator, right? And that's funny because I had commented that on one of JD's videos, and JD's video today, he used the example of Gladiator, which is a great example about how at the end of a movie, you're pulling for Maximus the whole movie, and in the end, you kind of Maximus gets his desired result of the whole point of what he's doing during the movie, but as the fan, as the viewer, Maximus doesn't get to ride off into the sunset and be with his wife and kid. I mean, he does get to be with his wife and kid, but he had to pay a price, you know what I mean? And he accepts his fate because he knows that long term, what he did, the things he did for the people and for the city, he accomplished his goal, so he doesn't have to fight anymore. And when I thought about Gladiator, Bully Ray actually mentioned a better example in the movie The Star Wars and Obi-Wan Kenobi, where he's fighting Darth Vader and then he yields his lightsaber and turns it off and lets Darth Vader strike him down. Because in that moment he knew he's accomplished what he set out to accomplish. And he realizes that Luke is standing over on the side watching him fight his dad, and he wasn't going to, for one, he wasn't going to let Luke watch him kill his father. And for two, he needed Luke to see with his own eyes his father in action. So, by turning off his lightsaber and allowing Darth Vader to strike him down, knowing that Luke was watching, he knows that that is going to put something into Luke that's going to carry on. At that point, Obi-Wan Kenobi's old, and he's not strong enough to go up against Darth Vader, right? He can't. His force powers aren't as strong, and if he physically engages Darth Vader, eventually Darth Vader's going to win. But he knows Luke, being the son, being the younger, being the power, the up and coming, the Jedi that everybody, was talking about, he knows that the task is now his to carry out to finish the mission. And that was the exact same thing that happened in the match with John Cena. He tried his damnedest to get out of that chokehold, and then in the final moments, he realizes, I don't need to fight to get out of the chokehold anymore. Because I've said for over a year, this date is my last match. So whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter because I've already said it's my last match. Look at the shit as the retirement year of John Cena was. Look at the things that he did during his retirement year. Because everybody, I feel, in the IWC is so focused on the retirement tour itself, the botched creative, the turning Cena heel, and it not working, and then just magically flipping him back. We all know how the year played out. Everybody's focused on that. And I thought to myself the other day, if I continue to focus on the obvious, it ruins. I shouldn't say it ruins. It puts a negative light. I don't want to diminish the effort John Cena put into his retirement year. He had goals that he set. And at the end of the day, whether the story was to the fans like it or not, whether the booking and the creative was to our liking or not, John Cena is going to be able to rest his head at night because he only cared about doing one thing this year. And really over the course of his whole career. So imagine you get put in a position. Imagine you get put in a position, let's say, at your job. And you've got a position of power. Whereas the day before, the time you spent there before, you had to answer to somebody. Now you're the one in charge, let's say. Let's say the boss just notices your performance and decides to come to you and say, you know what, I want to make you the manager for this project, the department. Are you going to turn down that role just because the other people that were actively fighting for that position, once they find out they didn't get it, they're not going to be happy? So imagine when you get told you're the face of the place, whether you ask for it or not, that's what you wanted. But at the same time, you also have to do the price. People, John Cena's not the only one in the company. He knows that other people are going to be upset that he gets that position, right? So his whole career plays out. We call him the career killer. Oh, John Cena buries people. He doesn't put nobody over. He can't wrestle. All the cliche things. And when it was all said and done, the crowd was chanting Super Cena. Now, unless I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Wasn't the whole Super Cena moniker given to John Cena by the fans a negative one? I have never heard a Super Cena chant towards Cena in any of his matches, let alone it be a positive chant. And the fans were chanting Super Cena almost like they were trying to will Cena to get out of that hole. Like, come on, you gave us Super Cena all those years when we didn't ask for it, we didn't want it. Okay, now finally give us Super Cena, and then he can't get out of the hole. I just found the irony of that. I thought that was just ironic, I guess. But Cena, my whole point is Cena set out to do what he wanted to do. He's put over so much young talent this year. And I love how Dominic got pretty much the most time with Cena. Of all the young talent this year that Cena put over, Dom got the most time. And I had predicted, as you guys know, that Dom was going to be Cena's final opponent. And while I was wrong about that, I'm glad that he got more than just one match with Cena. Mike Rouse, what's good? What is good? How's everybody doing today? I didn't care for the ending of the Cody Rhodes Obafemi match. I don't think that was the best way. I thought the debut of Obafemi was perfect. His entrance was mega. It was Aura times 10. Maximum level. I just don't like that WWE makes it blatantly obvious how protected Cody Rhodes is. He could have lost. And I think he should have lost the match to Obafemi. Even if it was count out, he should have lost the match. And I was live on stream saying once Drew attacked Cody in the middle of the match and there was no clear, decisive outcome between the two. I mean, it was no contest. That was the decisive outcome. I mean, they didn't call, they didn't say somebody won by DQ because whoever Drew attacked first, did he hit Cody first or did he hit Oba? Because usually whoever gets hit first, the other person is disqualified. Because WWE treats it like the person who interferes is acting on behalf of the other guy who's not getting attacked, right? But they called it a no contest, so I didn't like that. Not for Oba. But Oba showed up. I hope the main roster is on notice for Obafemi. I can't wait to see him get in the mix with folks on the main roster. I really can't. He's going to be a handful. And I really, really liked the Bayley. Speaking of handful, I really liked the Bayley Sol Ruka match a lot. That was my favorite match of the night. Sol Ruka is adorable. You know, Otis is live on Monday, right? Are you able to be on his channel too, or do you want to be there on Monday? Mike Rouse, What are you talking about, bro? I'm talking about wrestling. Yes, I know Otis is live on Mondays. I go live on Otis's channel with Otis on Monday when he invites me to. I'll tell you something else I don't like about the WWE right now. The fact that they're going now, most of the year we were getting 5-match cards. This year, now towards the spring and summer, we were getting 5-match cards. Fall, winter, and looking to be for the foreseeable future, if the rumor about Royal Rumble is true, Royal Rumble only has 4 matches, and 2 of them are the men and women's Royal Rumble. So aside from 2 Rumbles, there's only 2 wrestling matches. I really hate sometimes that they've had to give all the women the same shit on the same show as the men. Am I against the women having their own Royal Rumble? No. Make it an all women's pay-per-view. Give them their own Royal Rumble. Let them put on a Royal Rumble and a few other matches, just like the men used to do with a Royal Rumble and a few other matches. Why do we have to have all on one show? I don't like that. I don't want a 4-match pay-per-view with 2 of them being Royal Rumbles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, plus my schedule's been off this month. I've had surgery. I got a doctor appointment tomorrow for an ultrasound. I got another procedure I got to go in for like 2 days after Christmas. I've just been dealing with health issues and shit for the last number of weeks, ever since I went to the hospital last month. So that kind of threw my schedule for streaming way off. So when I can be on, I am on. I'm still trying to work out being live and trying to figure out a persona and how I'm going to entertain people beyond just talking about pro wrestling, because this is not going to just be my channel like how it is in the long run. I got a lot of ideas. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of different directions I feel like I could take my channel. Got a lot going on inside here. Just trying to figure out how to project it to the world in a way that makes the world interested in what I have to say. What'd you guys think of Saturday night's main event? I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about it really. In the moment, I hated John Cena tapping out, and watching as the wrestling fan, I hated John Cena tapping out. I thought, why preach hustle, loyalty, and respect and never give up for 20 years? And then that's the way you exit, is very antithesis of your whole entire last 2 decades. And then as I thought about it, I thought about the future, I thought about long term, I thought about what the smile meant, what it could have meant, and I was glad that how I interpreted it was correct, even though I didn't like it, I understood it. I thought initially Cena passing out would be the best way to go, and then after I thought about it later that night and watched JD's review and seeing some of JD's videos and heard Solid Monster's thoughts on it, because Solid Monster believes that, and it's going to be interesting tonight on TNT watching him, because JD thinks it went down the way it should, which I also believe. But Solid Monster thinks that John Cena should have passed out and not tapped out. And I see both sides. But I feel like, and to throw the Brock Lesnar versus John Cena thing in there too, I now understand. This whole time, I still have been like, why the fuck did they book Brock Lesnar? I haven't been able to figure that one out all year until John Cena smiling versus Gunther. It's like the light bulb in my head went off. Oh, Brock Lesnar could ever get rid of John Cena. Gunther is the one that got rid of John Cena. At some point, Gunther is going to be touting and gloating. And it looks to be from what we seen last night on Monday Night Raw that next notch on Gunther's belt is going to be the career of AJ Styles. So brace yourselves now, because it's looking more than likely that Gunther will be the one to end AJ Styles' career. And that's what the smile meant. Brock Lesnar beat John Cena so that Gunther ended up having a reason to face Brock Lesnar down the road. So that'll set up one of the biggest fantasy matches probably in modern history. The smile was for whoever we watch that's on the roster right now turn into the next John Cena when they beat Gunther. When they take back what Gunther took from Cena and the band. So, however you feel in the moment about the way Cena's final match ended, know that the payoff is coming months and years down the line in some way, shape, or form. The kids in the audience that were crying, that hearts ripped out watching John Cena lose by tap out, by giving up, when he preached to the kids, the Make-A-Wish kids for his whole career to never give up. Those kids in the audience, very soon in the near future, are going to be teenagers, young adults. In 15, 20 years, they're going to have kids of their own. They're going to be sitting there watching wrestling with their kids, watching whoever on the roster now that's brand new is going to be in the position that John Cena was in, who's going to take back Gunther. That sense, But to the people that say it didn't do nothing for Gunther now, I too all year long said Gunther shouldn't be John Cena's final opponent because Gunther's almost 40 years old and he's not the quote unquote future. Part of me still believes that, but I also come to terms with the fact that I was wrong in that way of thinking. And at least when it comes to what did it do for Gunther? Gunther didn't need it. Well, I listened to the radio. I listened to JD, I listened to Solid Monster. Thought about things. And I thought about my reaction again. And I do kind of get it in terms of Gunther doesn't need any victory. But here's the thing with Gunther. When you see people talking about him on social media, where they're saying how boring he is, how they hate him, I can't wrestle. He sucks. Nobody knows why Triple H is so big on Gunther. I, for one, have always known how amazing of a wrestler Gunther is. A lot of kids nowadays don't know the history of pro wrestling. They don't understand how old time matches went. And Gunther is very much a throwback to the old days of pro wrestling, right? So I think that's cool. Modern day children, kids, young people that watch the product today that don't really know the history of pro wrestling are just going to see something boring. No tattoos, no color in his tights, no flashy entrance, no flashy moveset. It's not exactly understandable. And I get that. But Gunther, all of us marks know how great Gunther is. And a lot of smart fans think he's boring as well. How do you get vitriolic? How do you get reaction and emotion for a guy who, even when he was champion, he was kind of a tweener. He would get boos and cheers. It was very weird to me. And he goes away for a while and comes back. What do you do with him? Because at this point, he's not part of any storyline. When he first initially comes back, how do you get him in the fold? How do you get fans to react to him better than when he was here as champion earlier in the year? Well, if he takes the career of John Cena, that's certainly going to elicit reaction from fans now. So Gunther didn't need to beat John Cena, but he did in terms of if you want to advance somebody's career that's kind of hit a plateau and isn't really going anywhere. Triple H spent too much time and invested too much into Gunther and fought to keep Gunther around even when Vince didn't want the character. Triple H isn't going to just let Gunther walk. You know what I'm saying? He's going to fight for him. So, Indigo. Sorry, I wasn't sitting at the computer, bro. I was in the kitchen making sure my dinner didn't burn. I didn't know you was in here. What up, brother? How you doing? Long time no talk. How you been, bro? How'd you like Saturday night's main event? If you're even still in here, I didn't realize you sent this shit like 7 minutes ago. My bad, dog. I don't even have fucking. I don't have NXT even pulled up. So Ruka killed it. So Ruka was the highlight. I'm happy that they had a little segment with. At first, the Miz showing up, you guys come there. I was like, why is the Miz here? But then obviously bringing out R-Truth and Joe Hendry and how it played out, I was happy about it. I liked it. I thought it fit because of how big of the Miz and R-Truth were always in the background around Cena's career, shadowing him. So I didn't see.
I didn't see NXT last week. Ricky Saints went heel. My girl Blake kicking it off. Nobody respects Ava, bro. God, isn't she beautiful? WWE's been having the champions come out first. Have you noticed that? Sweet Jesus. Hello, sweetie. I like that her ring gear doesn't look like a thong going up her ass. I really like that. I respect that about Blake Monroe. Like she keeps it sexy but very classy. Who's she fighting? Oh yeah, Thea Hale. Uh, Hate to break it to everybody, but this match is ending in a fuck finish. But hold on, I'm trying to think. What title changed hands recently on the main roster? What is she doing? Wifey. What up, Ross? Welcome in, bro. Sorry, I'm just trying to eat dinner real quick. How was your day, bro? Oh, it's all good, bro. Appreciate you stopping in for sure. Appreciate you. I wasn't even gonna go live, and then I thought, well, I want to see Blake. I want to see if Sol Ruka is going to be on the show and Obafemi, and I thought I could use it as an opportunity to give my thoughts on Saturday night's main event. So that's what we talked about at the beginning. I'm so happy to see Blake to kick off the show because I feel like she's been taking a back seat recently. Ever since she got the title, really. That was the slowest looking exploder I've ever seen. Exploder is called an exploder because you're supposed to do it fast. Who was the champ in HOG? Mike? Who did Shotzi beat? Oh, Indy Hartwell? Or I don't know what her name is on the Indies, but the girl who played Indy Hartwell in NXT, wasn't she the HOG women's champ? Hang on, Russ, I'll answer your question in a second. Appreciate you for asking. Thank you. I'm better, but I'm better. I have a little more energy. The whole mouth situation is not healing quickly, and it's been a very trying week and a half. I'm thankful it's not infected. I'm thankful that nothing is worse, but I wasn't able to make my appointment this week to the dentist, and now he's on vacation. So I think it's going to be a few more weeks before I'm back there. So I won't really know how well things are progressing until I see the dentist. But I'm feeling a little bit better. But not being able to eat and having to swallow like whole chunks of food, one makes me feel sick, and two, it's not good for your digestive system. So it's messing with my body pretty good right now, but nothing too major. Yeah, I used to be subscribed to Hog on too until they fucked over JD. Then I unsubscribed to him. I recommend everybody unsubscribe to Hog. Don't watch him. Don't sub to him. They don't exist to me anymore until he's back there. Thank you, Russ. I'm good, bro. I just wish I had more energy. I just wish I felt back to 100%. But I'm thankful that I'm at this point now, whereas I was a week ago. Yeah, last week and the weekend was rough. The last couple days have been a, a lot more balanced. So I'm just miserable. I got an ultrasound tomorrow, another procedure after Christmas. One of the reasons why I've been avoiding getting healthy for a number of years is because some things I knew what was going on with me, and it's going to be a long road to reverse those things. And mentally, in my mind, I wasn't ready to face all that yet. What do you do this time? I'm going to screenshot this comment and I'm going to actually send it to Shamsi. I used to troll his comment section back in the day. The days when JD would actively talk about him on his weekly show and impersonate him and make fun of him and shit. I'd go into his streams when he was live and try to fuck with him, just talk shit to him. This is what I was gonna say, chat. I was gonna say, hold on, chat. At the beginning, when Blake came out first, WWE's been having their champions come out first, and they're losing because of it. So I was gonna say, maybe this means Blake is losing her title, but I didn't want to put that out in the universe because I didn't want to jinx it. So I stopped talking. What? So you can put your shoulder up and it don't matter? We just have to accept that she will. Ego. You watch Sean's View, Mike? I'm about to ban you, bro. On my mama's ashes. Where's your loyalty at, Mike? Yeah, me either. It's been like so many years since I've seen a Sean's View video. They don't even pop up on my for you anymore. And my recommended. They used to back before JD hit 100,000 subs, but I blocked the Boston butthole, so I never see his stupid ass content pop up on my feed, which is good. But I don't know why I don't have Sean's View blocked. That fool used to try to get me to follow him so hard. One day he just randomly followed me on Twitter and shit. Probably because he secretly watches JD. I wouldn't doubt it. If somebody, if one of JD's community members that tries to act cool with me, I wouldn't doubt if one of them is. Yeah, Sean's fake news. JD ramble on for an hour last night before getting to Raw. I really, I really enjoyed JD's video about John Cena and Saturday night's main event. That was JD's best video of the year, in my opinion. He went, he broke down John Cena's retirement year from the time John Cena announced it to the end of Saturday night's main event. So good. He really did it so good. I wanted to ask him, you've been taking notes on like everything John Cena throughout the year, or did you memorize it all, or I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, job well done. She did not kick out. Kill him with a smile. Kill him with a smile. Now, is it just me or Ethan Page making the belt look like the Canadian flag? When Blake Monroe just came out with her belt, I thought it was the same exact belt. I'm not gonna lie. Ethan Page looks like he's a women's champion or something. I'm just saying. I still love Ethan Page. Otis! Sorry, bro. I'm out of it. What up, dog? Good to see you, bro. How are you doing? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Joey Stacks looks like if Rob Gronkowski and Sloth from the Goonies had a love baby. I had this thought a couple weeks ago when he was in one of these goofy skits with Santino's daughter. And that was what the thought that came to my head. He looks like Rob Gronkowski and Sloth from Goonies. No disrespect. I want to like the guy. But his face doesn't allow me to believe that he's an actual professional wrestler. I'm sorry. Moose? Oh, shit. Moose. Moose is going to eat Stacks for lunch. I'm sorry. Moose is like 1.5 times bigger than Joey Stacks. I'm good. Just hanging out in the back. The back of where? Where are you in the back? At work chilling? Backyard chilling? Uh oh. Is TNA going to take a NXT title for once? Looks to be so. Oh, Ethan Page is going to lose his North American title to Moose, bro. On God. 100% he's losing. And rightfully so. Because NXT's been commandeering all the TNA titles. And Cruz is apparently in AAA too. Cruz? Apollo Cruz is in AAA? Hey, I mean, find a use for the guy. He's been sitting in catering for 8 years. There's worse things he could be doing. I don't know. Most of these NXT kids, their entrances feel forced. Like rehearsed. Too rehearsed. And not like they're just moving without thinking. That's when I like entrances. Like Hank and Tank, you can tell have probably rehearsed that intro 1,000 times. Rura says, I hope so. Moose is a pro, and you can tell. Well, it's only fair. You know, I'm sure a lot of the TNA talent didn't exactly like that WWE just came in and took over. And NXT's been hogging their titles. So give somebody from TNA something. Or put them on NXT. Moose could honestly be on the main roster. I don't know why he's not. But my theory is that he's got a little bit of a list. It's okay for Cody, though. Because his father was Dusty Rhodes. But sorry, Moose. Get out of luck. You guys do me a favor, please. Would you do me a solid and hit that like button? I'd appreciate it. I really would. I promise. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that NXT commercial sound. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this short break. Appreciate it, Russ. Appreciate you, bro. Not the best look unless there's a good long-term story to it all, but I'm not seeing that as of yet. What do you mean, Russ? Sorry. What are we talking about? JD has a new song for TNT. Tight. He's about to have something new for off the script as well. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Uh, Jada Parker. Does she have heat? I haven't seen Jada Parker in a long time. Yeah, yeah. Mankind is gone from WWE because of politics. Out the mud. See, their entrance is goofy too. Like you can tell they're in the performance center in front of the wall of mirrors, just practicing that shit over and over and over again. No, he already left. I thought it was immediate he left. How do you guys feel about the mask guy being Austin Theory? I think a lot of us predicted that. However, watching it play out, I was kind of like, meh, meh. Wasn't really sure, you know? What would have, why, Mike? I think the reaction would have been the same. That crowd was dead last night. Yeah, it was a Chevy. Wondering if people even remember who he is because he did look vastly different with his head shaved, and you couldn't see his muscular body, which is how some people might remember him. But with that much of a shaved head and his body, when we see him just in his little shorts in his wrestling gear, bro, it's gonna look. I think he's gonna look odd. I think he's gonna look awkward as fuck, unless he's getting new ring gear and he wears like full full tights and not little shorts. Yeah, waiting like 2 3 weeks and then it being Austin Theory was defo anticlimactic. But I was shocked when I read that people actually thought it would be Chris Jericho. You know how many people asked me, or told me they thought it was going to be Chris Jericho? And I'm like, Jericho's contract isn't up mid-December. Royal Rumble, I think, is at the beginning of February or ass end of fucking January, which is still weeks away. Yeah, Otis. It was either that or they didn't remember who he was, and they were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" But I think even the ones that remembered were just kind of like, "Meh," like not as exciting as it could be. What's Patrick's name? Yeah, they waited too long. Guys, you know this is Otis, right? I don't know if everybody knows that, but just in case you don't, that's Big O Gaming. I'm sure you guys know, but just in case, if you don't follow him, go follow him right now. Follow his channel. He's live way more often and puts out a lot more content than I do. So go show him some love for me, please. His channel is, I'll put it in the chat. Go follow that account. And if that didn't work, me typing that in the chat, just type it in the YouTube search bar. Copy and paste it. Yeah, I don't know how many accounts or how many names he's got, bro. I lost track. Otis Ant in JD's, Big O Gaming on his own channel. Apparently it's O Renfro in my channel. Forget Harvey Dent. Batman have a hell of a time with your ass. Many faces of Otis Renfro. You'd have to have a three-sided coin. I got you, bro. No worries. Sometimes when I'm watching NXT, this is why I don't watch it every week. Sometimes it reminds me of when I was a kid and why I hated watching most cartoons. There were very few cartoons that I liked. Very few. And most of them, I couldn't sit still through. I would feel very fidgety. Like I couldn't sit still at all. The NXT makes me feel that way sometimes. Very fidgety. Like it's hard to hold my attention. Does anybody else feel that way at times with NXT? And sometimes I love it. I don't think it's bad, but sometimes I just think it's corny and try hard. Especially this year with the men. I feel like the women have come on, their matches have come off more intense, less rehearsed. Their character development has progressed farther. They've carried NXT in my opinion. And I've never been a big women's wrestler fan. But I've also never seen a company of professional wrestling that had so many women with so much potential that are so beautiful. It's like, what? And they're not just going to come out and get into some bikini contest in the middle of the ring and then the winner gets a post from Playboy. Oh, speaking of Playboy, I heard Playboy very badly wants Liv Morgan. Apparently, they want her for the February 2026 edition of Playboy. And I don't know. I couldn't find anything that where she gave an answer, yes or no. So not sure, but it's been a long time. Eddie, why didn't it pin his comment? There you go. There you go. What's good, Eddie? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Miles Orton Jr. GG's Otis. I mean Russ. GG's Russ for subscribing to Otis's channel. That's what I meant to say. My brain is fucking. Oh, damn! He caught the one dude all the way and not the other guy at all. Dude on the left sold out. Timu high voltage. Timu high voltage. Yeah, thank you for helping, Mike. Botch. Oh, he grabbed him. He didn't try to pin him. Oh, I see. I thought it was going to be a double pin and that he was late and he botched. Is Blakey coming up to the main roster? Blakey Monroe going to be in the Royal Rumble? Good possibility. More commercials. There's more commercials than wrestling. Give me a headache. We're going to hear from Obafemi or Sol Ruka. I mean, I know we got another hour, but I love how the thumbnail on AAA's YouTube channel, Lucha Libre AAA, Guerra de Titanes, And the four faces in the thumbnail are Penta, Dominic Mysterio with the IC title and the AAA Mega Campeon, Rey Fenix, and Grande Americana. All four WWE superstars. Wait, are you just now hearing me say Blake Monroe in the Royal Rumble? Wow. Okay, that's. I didn't realize I'm not that delayed. Hmm. I hate this monitor, man. Every time I look at it, it makes me want to close my eyes. And it's dim. I might have to go put some drops in my eyes. They're hella dry and my contacts are sticking. Okay. She's terrible. You still call him Ricky Starks? He's wearing an Amiri vest? Damn, that shit was probably. That shit's at least 500 bucks. Amiri Hollywood? Oh, yeah. It's probably 1,000 bucks he's wearing on him. What? You still talking? That took long enough. We'll be right back, chat. I gotta get the eye drops. I can't handle my eye drops. Is that Fallon Henley? Dang. Wow. Ren Sinclair. Good night, Russ. Good night, bro. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Appreciate you stopping by. See you on the next, bro. Please just fucking put Blake Monroe on the main roster and get her out of this childish crap. What's the main event? Chat. What's the main event? Does anybody know? Ooh, NXT is coming to Seattle. Look at these old dudes behind Booker T. These old three white guys. Or two white guys and an Arab guy. The fuck are they doing there? We're not seeing Soruka till next week. Commercials? Of course. Of course there's more commercials. I wish they were all different every time, but it's just the same fucking 8 commercials every time there's 8 commercials. Okay, never mind. I guess they said fuck the commercials, and now we're back at Miles Bourne. He tries too hard. I wonder if Randy Orton likes his fool. I have no problem the fact that he's deaf and that he has a speech impediment. I could care less. If he talked normally and could hear, I still wouldn't like him. There's something about him that I just don't like. He looks too much like Randy Orton. Like he's trying to be Randy Orton. Be yourself, bro. It's like someone in the back thought, oh, he kind of looks like Randy Orton, and now they're trying to make him look and be like Randy Orton. It's annoying. Ah, Miles Bourne versus Leon Slater. Okay. Are you sure Leon Slater? I mean, he's a TNA wrestler, right? Or is he an NXT wrestler with a TNA belt? I believe in Joe Hendry. Side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. Booker T's really got to stop making that throw up sound every time they cut to commercial when he's like, bleh. Why does he do that? It's fucking annoying. Fucking hate this chair. Always wear free. NXT went by fast tonight. Yeah. Went by hella fast. You know, four way? Oh my god. Deion Lennox just fucking booted Miles Bourne into oblivion right out of the gate. Holy shit. What the fuck, man? I did not expect Miles Bourne to go flying like that, I promise. He flew. He got booted hella hard, bro. God damn. Obafemi. More commercials. Woo! Hey, at least it's a different commercial this time. I mean, thank you. So tired of commercials. Man, I think Jada Parker is in trouble or got some heat backstage or something. I haven't seen that woman in weeks. We flew a pretty long way for that swanton. Well, this is certainly going to change things for. Um, you can tell they're leading towards the Leon Slater Javon Evans feud. Yeah, facts here, Eddie. That Swanton 450 is a thing of beauty. I don't know how much I'd do that Swanton trying to go across the whole ring like that, though. He pretty much landed flush on top of Leon or Dion, but he nailed that Swanton 450 perfectly on Timu Orton Jr. Oh, Oba, 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 Oba. Oh, Oba, 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 Oba. Okay, I'm happy he at least came out and made an appearance. Oba, Oba, Oba. The ruler. Yes, sir. He's the next big thing coming to the main roster on your television. And it's about motherfucking time. You know? Yeah, Oba's a tank. I can't wait for him to be on SmackDown in the mix with the big dogs. Sorry, Chad. I just zoned out. I was watching TNT. I'd switch over to TNT. Um, it's weird. We're 4 days removed now from John Cena being gone. I just feel like there's a dark cloud over WWE right now in terms of it almost feels like when a wrestler dies, kind of, even though he's not. I don't know what WWE is going to do in terms of booking for Obafemi, but the fact that now they're starting to move the ball rolling to him moving on is like finally, Jesus criminy sakes. It's like everybody in NXT is tiny, or they're so young and green as grass that you can tell they're years away from being on the main roster. And then there's Obafemi, and he looks like a WWE superstar down there with all the trainees. And it's like, please put him on the main roster. He sticks out like a sore thumb on NXT, man. He looks like he don't need to be there. Yo, what up, Scripps? How you doing, bro? How was your day? How's Mama Scripps doing? So we got Leon Slater versus Obafemi at New Year's Evil for the NXT Championship. Wasn't exactly expecting that. Are they going to make Leon Slater NXT champion? I just don't think Shawn Michaels is ever going to let Obafemi go to the main roster, to be honest. This tells me that Obafemi's not going to the main roster. I'm alive, Scripps. That's about all I got, bro. A little bit better than I was last week. So it's positive. Yeah, I know. I've been stuck on 111 subs for a long time. For a long, long time. But I never have 10 people in here. So it's like, what? Do people just sub with burner accounts or do they just sub and like mute notifications or what? It's weird. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about the North American title change because Blake Monroe to me got her shoulder up. And how was the ref not? How did the ref not see that? That was a very weird. It's a very weird thing. Thea Hale's reaction backstage was 280 HD for me. I love Ethan Page. Yeah, it's weird, right, Scripps? Tony Brown would sub to me if he wanted to. I've told him so many times how to get to my channel. It's just the same as what you see on my screen. It's the same as you see on the screen in JD's chat at Hula Grim. It's not hard. Put two and two together. Go type a name in the search bar. Boom. See what pops up. I've done it myself, so I know that my channel pops up when you type it into the search bar. So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, they're talking about the John Cena, Zack Ryder, Eve Torres angle on TNT right now. Scott Steiner has a son named Brock. So Rick had a son named Braun, and Scott had a son named Brock. Jesus Christ, that is something. Yeah, that was my favorite match of Saturday night's main event was Bailey and Soruka. There was a little extra bounce in Soruka's step for that match. She was ready for that moment. That those lights. She shined in that match, and Bailey did a great job of putting her over. Yeah, talking about Soul. And I've been telling everybody in JD's chat, I've been typing Soul Ruka's name all year. Soul Ruka, Jada Parker. Leon Slater and Javon Evans versus Dark State match. You mean versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee? Is that what you're talking about? That's who Javon Evans and Leon Slater faced at Saturday night's main event. Otherwise, I don't know what match you're talking about. Yeah, I said on stream that I predicted that to be the match of the night, but I don't know. I felt like that match was so fast. I felt like that wasn't even a full match. It was very strange. JD. Oh, shit. Burying the rock. Oh, shit. That was funny. You think if Rock has a retirement match, you think he's gonna lose it, or you think he'll take the W on with him? He'll probably take the W. I did like Scripps, if you're still here. What I did like about that tag team match was like as soon as the bell rang, it was like ding, 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 boom, right out the gates, 100 miles an hour. They wasted no time getting into it, them boys, and I liked that. I was not expecting that, not at that pace, not that. Yeah, thank you for sharing the stream, bro. Yeah, it looks like NXT is. I feel like the direction is Javon and Leon are headed towards facing each other soon. That's what the vibes I'm getting. Nine likes. I hadn't even had nine people in here. What's up? Chat, tell me something. If Seth Rollins isn't injured, is Gunther still Cena's final opponent? Or do you think it would have been John Cena versus Seth Rollins? Yeah, you gotta get Joe Hendry on the main roster too. He's another guy that looks like a main roster talent playing around with the trainees. Yeah, I agree with JD. Please do not make Joe Hendry the new R-Truth. Please. You think Gunther was always going to be his opponent, Scripps? Oh, thank you, Mama Scripps, for hitting the like button. Tell her I appreciate that. Bless her heart. Hope she's feeling better. I know she was having a tough time last time I asked you about her. I feel like we're destined for like I don't know why I keep having this vision, but I feel like at some point next year we're getting Chris Jericho versus Joe Hendry. I don't know why, but I keep having that vision. I'm glad she's feeling better, bro. I'm glad she's feeling better. That's good. Oh, I've been streaming for I'll go to three until I hit 3 hours, and then I will close up the stream for this week. My time for the month reset a couple days ago, so and there's not much in the way of big shows on the horizon. Not at least until New Year's. I don't know if WWE's named their show. I guess it's just Monday Night Raw. The first Raw of the year on Netflix is January 5th, right? The Netflix anniversary show. And then the next night on NXT is New Year's Evil. So we got the NXT Happy Holiday show next week. And then obviously Christmas and shit. Then the week after that, we have the end of the year award show, which is where we'll see Moose versus Ethan Page for the North American Championship. And then it'll be the week after that, it'll be New Year's Evil. All right, now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of TNT. They're talking about John Cena and Gunther. When's that on Scripps? When is Triple A's War of the Titans? Absolutely gonna watch that. I need something that's gonna keep me interested and keep me awake, and something that I'm gonna be like, yeah, and like not at my fucking closing my eyes half the time like I did tonight during NXT. My eyes were hella dry, so I was keeping them closed, and then having them closed, trying to get them to like rehydrate. I was starting to doze off. I thought we'd see Sol Ruka tonight. I should have known we weren't gonna. I thought we were gonna see more an Obafemi promo. I thought, yeah, I don't know, just more Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Today's 16th, so what's in 4 days? Wednesday, Thursday. So Saturday it's on. Okay. I'm for sure gonna watch it. I don't know if I'll stream, but thank you for telling me about it. Thank you for telling me about it. 8 p.m. Central. I'll see it, whether it's live or not. I'll catch it on the day. And I'm glad that they're on YouTube, so you can just go watch it whenever. That's great. That's great. Oh, I said I was going to go 3 hours. It's actually 3:02. Damn it. I never end it on the hour. I'm either short or right past the time. But anyways, with that being said, chat, I'm going to get on up out of here. I didn't even realize I was going to stream 3 hours. I was going to stream NXT and bounce, but thank you all for hanging out with me tonight on short notice. Scripps, thank you for you and Mama Scripps to stop by. Mike Rouse, Patrick Palmer, my tried and trues, Eddie, Russ, my hooligans. I appreciate you all. Thank you for letting me get on here and babble about wrestling. I appreciate it. You guys, I hope you all have a good night, and I will see y'all in JD's stream or on Otis's chat. Until next Tuesday, have a good night and have a good week, everybody.